What's up, and welcome to the Arthur Moats experience. I'm Arthur Moats, and you know what time it is, baby. I got a good one today, man. Super excited. It's been a good vibe lately, man. It's how it's supposed to be during this time of year, man. Weather's getting nice, feeling good, man. Got a chance to get out there and actually play a little golf today. Wasn't as terrible as I thought I would be, man. So definitely feeling good about that. It was a good weekend though, man. Hopefully everybody out there had a good weekend as well. Actually worked a little bit, man. I'm rocking my girls flag football t-shirt. Let me show it real quick. Championship game was yesterday. Got a chance to do some color commentary. Pittsburgh Steelers, man, they putting all these resources into girls flag football up here, making it bigger, man. Had it on TV, had it on KDKA and KDKA plus. So like I said, it was a good vibe, man. But ran into some of the guys down there, man. Shout out to Charlie Batch. We obviously know that me and him did a video. Was that, I think it was Friday it dropped, and then I dropped another clip from that this morning where obviously me and him were talking about Will Howard, these different draft picks, along with some of the hot games on the schedule as well, man. But he was down there. It was good to see Charlie Batch for the girls flag football championship, man. So that was an absolute vibe, man. Good to see Minka out there. Like I said, man, staying in the community, man. I like that. We talk about some of these players and stuff pulling up and being out there, man. I thought that was pretty cool, man. Was handing out. 1 second, let's try this. All righty. All right, now we should be good. Now we should be copacetic, internet connected. Should be all the way back good now. All right, yeah. It wasn't y'all, man. YouTube, so y'all, yeah. I was about to say between YouTube and I think, like I said, man, something going on around here, not weather-wise, but technology-wise, man, was making it a little bit weird. But we should be good. Y'all let me know in the comment section if y'all are still having any issues in terms of the smoothness of said stream today, all right? But like I said, man, getting back. Oh, all right, everybody said it's good now. All right, perfect. Yeah, man. Like I said, it was been a little weird, man, these past couple of days, man. YouTube, internet, upload, download, stuff like that, man. So we doing some troubleshooting, make sure everything is good. All right. But getting back to it though, man. Like I said, it was good to see Minka Fitzpatrick down there, man. Saluting all the young ladies with their medals, man, for participating in the girls flag football league. And it's crazy too, man. To see what is growing too. We talk about obviously how flag football just in general is going to be Olympic sport this year, right? Coming up. Well, it's the same for the girls side, man. It's like, yo, for these girls out here, man, they getting a chance to really have something that they could pursue, something that they can go out there and feel like, hey, we competing for a championship. I mean, in the state of Pennsylvania, next year will be the first time they have over 100 flag football teams. So you can officially be a state champion in girls flag football. Like I said, man, the evolution of the game is nuts, man. And like I said, it's just really cool to see the Steelers and the NFL leaning into it, man. We aren't the only professional team that is putting, resources and putting in a little bit more time in terms of the youth element or even from the girls side of it. Obviously, we don't like to talk about them all the time, but the Eagles, man, they're doing a great job. The Ravens as well, the Commanders, shout out to them, man, just to name a few other teams, professionally that are doing things, like I said, man, to help out with girls football and just overall expanding the game. When we talk about the scheduling perspective, and we've seen how the NFL does an excellent job of, scheduling games over in Germany, scheduling games in Brazil, Spain. For us, obviously, we'll be out there in Ireland this year, Mexico, Canada. I mean, all over the world, and it's not going to stop anytime soon. And this is a part of how you continue to evolve and how you continue to just make this game that much more exciting, that much more unique, and keep people like me and obviously you guys, because like I said, if y'all up here this time of year watching me talk, y'all can't just love me that much. Y'all gotta love the black and the gold as well, and just love the game. So when you think about, for us exciting and just pure football junkies, hey, man, it's giving us multiple avenues, because it was pretty dope, man. I'm out there doing the color commentary, and I'm over here like, all right, look, that's cover one. She a single high safety. They playing man-to-man defense. Them over there, they running that Steelers fire zone. They got this young lady. She always providing pressure, and everybody else playing 3 deep behind them. And it was pretty cool, man. You see the different philosophies and ultimately how it came down to it, where that aggressive approach, that man-to-man across single high, ended up getting burnt, man. Whereas that fire zone defense, that Steeler-esque defense, blitz, 3 deep. Oh, man, it was nice. It was nice. They got up out of there, man. Has some turnovers. I said, all right. Shout out to you ladies over there, man, taking care of business, man. But like I said, it was definitely a good time, man, for me to be able to get down there and call that game with them. So like I said, man, it was pretty dope, man. Shout out to everybody that did run into down there. But also, like I said, man, in terms of content, man, stuff that just got dropped or the new exciting stuff that has been releasing on this channel specifically, like I said, man, we got the Charlie Batch interview. Definitely tap into that. I see a lot of y'all already doing that, man. And we got a clip out of there, man, where he's talking about Will Howard specifically. And you know I was excited about that because, like I said, that's the expert, man. We can all have opinions on these quarterbacks. We can all feel some type of way about these quarterbacks. But in terms of dudes that have done it at the NFL level for 13, 15 plus years, that's different. We all don't have that type of experience, that type of understanding of the position, man. So it was cool to, like I said, be able to lean on Charlie Batch to get that, perspective on Will Howard. And also he had some interesting comments and perspectives about Aaron Rodgers and, more importantly, the timeline he feels it would take for Aaron Rodgers to get fully up to speed in the sense of when we would want him to, at least sign, because we still been waiting. This the 19th day of May, which is still kind of crazy. It's the 19th day of May, and we still have not officially, one way or the other, heard from Aaron Rodgers. So this is one of those things, man. It's one of those things. But like I said, it was pretty cool, man. So definitely check out the Charlie Batch interview. Also, man, I teased y'all with it Thursday on the live. I said, man, my brother's going to be in the studio with me. And of course, man, he did not let me down. I'm talking about Ryan Shazier, teammate, Steelers linebacker, now currently on the Steelers coaching staff. It was cool to have him come in the studio, man. We ain't had a person in here in a while. All right, but the dog was in here with me, man. Obviously talked about a lot of stuff, man, surrounding the Steelers, the draft class, specifically the 2 young boys, man, from Ohio State, Will Howard and Jack Sawyer. It was good to hear about that. Also, man, hearing his perspective on playing for Coach Tomlin versus working for Coach Tomlin. 2 very different things when you're the player, and in his case, the lead star player, and now transition into being, on the coaching staff, but being on the bottom end and having to kind of work his way back up to, get into that level of titles when we're talking coordinators or position coach and things like that, man. But like I said, hopefully, looks like y'all been enjoying the interview. So hopefully more of y'all, if y'all haven't seen it just yet, man, y'all tap in on that as well, man. But shout out to the homie Ryan Shazier, man, taking some time in to show up in studio to talk, man. And like I said, man, just catch up with my homie, man. It was good to see him. And then the final interview that did drop that we have not talked about on the live would have been with Mark Bergen. That was also last week as well. I want to say we did it Wednesday, and that released, I want to say, either Wednesday afternoon or Thursday morning time frame, man. But it was good, man. Me and him chopped it up for a while, going through the schedule, making our, prediction / giving our thoughts on what it looks like in a matchup with Rodgers / what that potentially looks like in a matchup without Aaron Rodgers, man. So definitely check out the Mark Bergen interview as well. So like I said, man, a lot of content dropping, man, a lot of interesting stuff. And we are only going to continue this as we get closer to the season, and specifically when the season starts, man. I got a lot of fun things, man. Hopefully some more new, obviously we'll have guests, but even more different voices, man. So that way we can keep giving y'all what y'all want over here. All right. Which is a lot of good times, a lot of good vibes per usual. So don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Also, man, make sure y'all checking out the website, arthurmoats.com, and on the YouTube channel, if y'all see underneath, man, updated the merchandise up there as well, man, on Teesprings, all right? Y'all can now see the new branding for the Arthur Moats Experience, okay? The vintage apparel, the Arthur Moats Experience with Deke, it's gone, all right? Might be like one hoodie up there left, okay? But for the new crew, all right, copy some of that new, the Arthur Moats Experience, all right, hoodies, t-shirts, got some cool little spots up there, all right, so shout out. But with that being the case, like I said, man, we got plenty to discuss today, man. So let's go ahead and get this thing rolling, because the homie TG, Terence Garvin, he will be tapping in with us at 2 o'clock. We calling him up, man, got to get his thoughts, because there's a lot that we got to discuss with Steeler Nation right now. We got some new rumblings around Aaron Rodgers, right? potentially a new timeline. So we got to talk about that. There was also some phone calls that were made that are being reported that we had interest or have interest in a wide receiver from New Orleans, huh? A little wide receiver with the Saints. We make some phone calls, trying to see what's happening. So we got to talk about that. Got to talk about that, okay? And then, when we get to the homie TG, he sent me a text that just caught my attention surrounding this UFL. I'm like, bro, you UFL, y'all doing a good job during this time of year of just making it interesting enough, doing just enough little things that I just gotta, come in here and talk about it for a little bit. All right. But with that being the case, let's start the show like how we always do. Drop where you're tuning in from in the comment section, so that way I can get a big boy shout out to start today's show. And of course, don't forget to hit the like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel. And I see DC 53 been tapping in on that UFL, talking about Tyler Vaughn's touchdown grab. Yeah, Tyler Vaughn's looking nice, man. He's definitely making a strong case to potentially work his way back onto a NFL roster. He is one of a couple of guys, man, specifically former Steelers players that have looked really impressive this particular spring, man. And I think they're going to get some opportunities, man, to make that jump back from the UFL up into the NFL, at least for training camp, and to see what it could potentially develop into. But let's see. Brandon Griffin in the 864 Greenville, South Carolina. Shout out to Greenville. Cody Silva in New Mexico. Shout out to New Mexico. DJ Lundy in the 757 Norfolk VA, aka the crib. Yeah, I love the 757. And shout out to the 757 too, man. My Norfolk people down there, Norfolk State. My man TG holding it down with Mike, Vic, and company, man, doing their thing at Norfolk State University. So definitely excited about my 757 right now. Wendy Johnson in the 562, Long Beach, California. Shout out to Long Beach. You know what time it is. And I do see you, Corey Hewins, in Greet, South Carolina. The 864. Shout out to the 864. Shay Z in the 209. Modesto. Modesto, California. And let's see. And Corey Hewins meant Greer. You know that typo. It'd be like that sometimes. And I should have picked up on Greer. I was like, I don't remember ever saying Greet, but Greer, South Carolina. Shout out to you, Corey Hewins. Shout out to you. I do see Jarek in the building in the 843. Shout out to the 843. Charleston, South Carolina. South Carolina is in the building today. Shout out to South Carolina. All right. Come on. Let's see. We got Caleb Glenn in Lufkin, Texas. Shout out to Lufkin, Texas. Never actually been to Lufkin. I actually don't even know where Lufkin is, but it sounds pretty cool. All right. Shout out to Texas. Okay. X Concepts in the 724 Claridge, PA, and he asks, is Chris Olave the new Brandon Ayuk? We'll talk about it, man. We'll talk about it. Me personally, I put Brandon Ayuk in a very different category than Olave. I think they're completely different, but I'll tell you why in a little bit, man. But I like it, baby. Let's see. Spice Creations, East Texas. I see you, Spice. Shout out to you. Hope you're doing good as well. Nas, the one in the 803, Columbia, South Carolina. Shout out to Columbia. Shout out to South Carolina. Like I said, South Carolina is in here representing. And then we will end it with, well, hold on. I was going to end it with the homie Dave Danny in Wichita, Kansas. Shout out to Wichita, Kansas. But we got another South Carolina in the building, all right? Shout out to South Carolina because Xavier Hairston is in the 864 Greenville, South Carolina in the building. Man, shout out to South Carolina. Y'all are well represented today. But like I said, man, don't forget to hit the like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Let's see. I actually don't even know what the first one will be. So let's have a little topic roulette. Oh, Olave. Sweet. Shout out to Chris Olave. All right. So for those of you that don't know, Chris Olave, excellent young wide receiver, formerly of Ohio State, and has been down with the New Orleans Saints for the past, was it 3 years now? Yeah, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 3 years now. 2 years, man, back-to-back 1,000-yard receiver. Came out, like I said, rookie year, man, 72 catches, 1,000 yards, 1,042 yards, 4 touchdowns. Second season was 2023, where he had 1123 receiving yards, 87 receptions with 5 touchdowns as well. Last year only played in 8 games. In those 8 games, had 400 yards on 32 receptions with 1 touchdown. Okay. Now we obviously know quarterback for Saints in 2022 and 2023. Let me actually pull up just to make sure we have full confirmation. Yeah, I thought that was the Andy Dalton, though. Thought that was Dalton time frame. Yep. All right. And then let's see. Yeah, so he had Andy Dalton for a year, and then he had Derek Carr for a year. In terms of and I don't even think he did he get the full year? Yes, he did get the full year of both. Okay. I was about to say, hold on, I don't even know if he got the full year of both of them dudes. But yeah, had some interesting quarterback situations down there, man. Shout out. But Derek Carr, Andy Dalton, with both of ththose guys, who was able to cross the 1,000-yard threshold when healthy. Like I said, last year he only had 400 receiving yards. But when you're talking about Chris Olave, 6 foot, 187 pounds, came into the NFL as the 11th overall pick. So we're talking super high pedigree. And to get back to, I forgot who specifically, ex-Constance, it might have been you, I think it was, that was bringing up Brandon Ayuk. The reason why I think they're completely different, Olave to me is just a flat-out better player. He's more versatile. He's more athletic. He, to me, is just, like I said, he catches better. He's more explosive, runs routes better. I think with Ayuk has the size part. I want to say Ayuk. Let me pull him up just to get a side-by-side with those dudes. All right. Yeah, because we obviously know Ayuk came into the league in 2020. But let's see really quickly on Ayuk. Yeah, 6 foot 200. So I say a little bit bigger on him, man. When you think about, like I said, man, those additional, we said with Olave, 6 foot 187. So right there, you got that. But as a whole, when you're just talking about numbers, and obviously we're not just making it a numbers name because, like I said, Ayuk came in and has a couple of seasons prior to that. Whereas also when we're talking about just where they came in at, Ayuk into the first round, 25th overall. Whereas like we said with Olave, 11th. Pretty much top 10 pick. Now, we do know 2022, 2023 was when Ayuk did the 1,000 yards back-to-back, 1,015, then 1,034 or 1,342 yards. Difference to me, though, is this, man. Like I said, I personally feel like when we're looking at San Francisco, we know the resource that they had on that offense. We also know the architect behind that in terms of Shanahan and certain things that he was doing to make this thing go, right? And to me personally, I think that Olave as a standalone, I think is a true wide receiver one. Whereas we talked about with Brandon Ayuk, there were questions about if he could truly come over here and be our wide receiver one, right? If we go out there and give him a ton of resources, we give him a ton of compensation after he's playing in that San Francisco offense where he had during that time frame, especially 2022, 2023, a elite level offensive line. He had Brock Purdy playing at a crazy high level. You have Christian McCaffrey, who was the offensive player of the year, a heck of a player during that time frame, cover athlete that mattered because he was balling out so hard, kind of like what you're seeing with Saquon Barkley, right? Then opposite of that, you had Deebo Samuel, you had George Kittle, and you had Kyle Juszczyk in the backfield as well. To me, I just think that he had a lot more pieces around him to make him feel, just more comfortable out there. It's kind of like the T. Higgins conversation. Is T as nice as the numbers reflect, or is that still partly due to Jamar Chase and for a portion of his career, Jamar Chase and Tyler Boyd being out there? Those are some of the questions. Whereas for me, when I think of Chris Olave, I don't look at that offense and I think of, they had just all these killers out there. I think of Alvin Kamara, and we know with him in and out of the lineup due to availability. We know if we're bringing up the Michael Thomases of the world, with that availability and production looked like post-contract, So to me, I just don't think of Olave as a dude whose production had a lot of other variables at play. I look at him and say he didn't really have a ton of these, other pieces that could distract you if you're a defensive coordinator defending it. Nah, he got him, running back, and we'll see what the quarterback look like on a week-to-week basis in terms of availability. Because 2022, 2023, how many people were taking Brock Purdy? Or excuse me, how many people were taking Andy Dalton over Brock Purdy, or even were taking Derek Carr over Brock Purdy? Heck, they were talking about Brock Purdy in MVP conversations at times. So that's the part to me where I think of Olave, and I think that he, to me, is a lot more intriguing, but there's also reasons why that's also the reason why his asking price currently is a little bit higher. When we're talking about, Chris Olave, they said they reached out to the Saints. They said that the Saints basically told him a second round pick. That's what we're starting the conversation with. And rightfully so. I mean, this is a young cat, back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons. The only time he hasn't went over 1,000 was when he got hurt. And then on top of that, he's a former first-round draft pick. You technically don't have to do the new contract right now. You have him for a 4th year and the 5th year option. So when you're looking at that, you're saying basically I can get 2 years guaranteed off of him without having to do a new deal. And this is a dude that's already proven to be a 1,000-yard receiver on multiple occasions with less around him. Those type of dudes typically aren't available. Now, the reason why we, reach out is because obviously you move on from George Pickens and you just question the overall direction of the Saints. Where are they going right now with Derek Carr retiring? Are they completely turning the keys to Tyler Shuck, and do they feel completely confident that Tyler Shuck makes them that relevant this year? Or do they say, let's acquire draft picks, use this year as a, stay in place type of year, and then from there they come back next year and try to make some moves? I don't know. I don't follow the Saints enough to know what their overall mindset is. But I do know for us, we're still kind of in that space of we're trying to add, we're still trying to do what we want to do now. And Chris Olave phone call to me, I like that direction. Now, if it's a second round pick, we know we don't have a second round pick. All right. That's just the reality of it. But we do know for next year we got 2/3. Is that something that they might be interested in? Who knows? To me, though, I'm making that call at least to kind of fill it out. Like I said, the second round pick, I'm cool. Because like I said, we don't have right now, but 2/3 or 2/3 the equivalent of 1 second, and it's 2/3 too much to give up for Chris Olave. Those are some of the things that I'm kind of like early on feeling. I still want to see what we do at quarterback, though. I think if Aaron Rodgers is here, I don't know. Am I as pressed to go send 2/3 to go get Chris Olave? I might have a little bit more patience compared to if it's just Mason, Will Howard, and Skylar Thompson. Maybe I'm saying, yes, let's get them the best level of resource we can because they're not bona fide force multipliers just yet. So that's kind of the way that I'm kind of back and forth on it. And with it, it's just like I said, man, I don't know all the way what I would want to do just yet because, like I said, the other thing with the Steelers in terms of their draft capital and why they technically or why they wouldn't be wanting to give up a ton of stuff. And like I said, I do need to actually pull up their official picks because, like I said, I know with some of the movement they made, they got some additionals for next year. So let's get that full list real quick. Just make sure we're all the way solid. All right, don't be giving out no misinformation out here. Okay. So then we got a ton of draft picks next year. And I want to say it's what, 2/3 or 3/3? Let me see. Okay. Yeah, because we have 12 picks next year. All right. So 12 picks. Let's see those specific picks, though. If technology will cooperate. All right. Yo, why are y'all making it so difficult? Internet. Jeez Louise. Internet's supposed to just have this stuff like readily available, already listed in line. All right. Come on. Oh, okay. So here we go. They got a first. They have a second. Excuse me on that one. I did misspeak with that one. They have a first, a second, a third. The comp third is coming in there as well. 2 fourths, 1 being a comp, 2 fifths, 1 being a comp, 1 6th, and then 1 7th round. So I did misspeak on that one. I did forget about the second. We don't have this year's second. That was the DK Metcalf trade. Excuse me on that one. But to me, man, like I said, I don't hate it. I don't hate it, man. Still call about them thirds though. Take these thirds because I know that's what I'm thinking of. Makes sense why I was thinking on the second. I'm like, why don't I think about the second? Because we're planning on moving up potentially. That's what I'm thinking about. Yeah, we're gonna need that. We're gonna need them picks. All right. So I don't want to give up too many picks, especially that first and second. I need those. But can I get you 2/3? Is 2/3 the equivalent of, a second? Because I would like to have that combo. If it is, I would like that. I think that appeals to me a lot more. And I think that more importantly, man, it gives us the best of both worlds. Getting a young receiver, you still obviously would have to take care of him and give him a new contract. But on top of that, you still get the ability to move up in the draft next year, which we know will be in Pittsburgh. And we talk about some of the quarterback prospects. These are some of the guys that we would be potentially wanting to target, man, whether you're talking about, Penn State or Texas or a couple other ones out there as well, man. But like I said, definitely a good vibe with that, man. Definitely a good vibe. But yeah, for me, man, I like the Olave interest. I like the phone call, and we will see what comes from there. But shout out to the Saints, though, man, because if I call you and I say, can I get Chris Olave? And you're like, yeah, man, take him for a fourth. I got questions. What's going on? Why is he so available? Why are you so ready to move on from him so easily also? So the fact that they're telling us a second, that's cool. That's cool. Let's be there's value. We got some value around him, all right? But like I said, man, hopefully y'all are enjoying what I am on to start it today. And if that is the case, don't forget to hit the like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Shout out to Chris Olave, baby. And we got a couple of super chats in here as well. Alrighty. Cody Silva, he says, Moats, look up how many concussions he's had, though, in terms of Chris Olave. Now, let's see. I know he's had maybe some, but let's see. Just pull up his injuries. That'd be a little simpler. So they're saying he has sustained a concussion in week 6 against the Bucks. This was okay. So during the 2024 season, excuse me on that one. During the 2024 season, so this was shortened due to multiple games, and that's put him on injury reserve with the concussion. All right, so he had the concussion in week 6 against the Bucks, resulting in him missing the game against week 7. Then he suffered a second concussion in week 9. That probably been the second game he came back then, which required him to be taken off the field in a stretcher and transported. Okay, due to the 2 concussions, Olave was unable to play in several games and was ultimately limited in the season. Okay, despite being placed on injured reserve, Olave has returned to the team facility and is participating, although hasn't practiced. And he's meeting with specialists to determine the best path forward for long-term health after suffering multiple concussions. He's considering changing helmets to potentially lower the risk of future concussions and has said that he feels 100% after his season-ending concussion and doesn't have any lingering symptoms. All right. Well, that sounds good to me in terms of him not having any lingering symptoms. I'm not a concussion expert. The other thing that I would say is this. Like I said, I ain't no expert, but even if I'm just comparing at layman's area, I'm like, man, Tua is still playing. Tua is pretty big and bad, man. So if Tua come back there and play, man, hey, who am I to tell Chris Olave to turn around and tell, nah, you shouldn't play. It's like, yo, bro, if you want to play, it's your body's your brain, man. And if the experts are telling you that you're fine and you feel fine, go do what you want to do, man. Same we saying about Tua Tagovailoa. It's like, yo, we can all feel a certain type of way about it. We can all have some type of, I think you should do this versus that. But I'm not in that position to tell him what he can or could do, man. Heck no. So if that scenario where it's clear, then they think that he's fine, I'm fine with that. But what I will say is this, man, in terms of the skill, you see the production. If this was also in the Tua sense of where we're seeing, with Tua, it's been multiple seasons of him having these type of concussions where we're seeing him go into that fencing motion, right, where his hands lock up. I would also, be a little bit more hesitant on it. But with Olave, that doesn't seem like the case. Based on what I just read, it seemed like this was just this, specific season where it really popped up like that. But we'll see, man. We'll see. Like I said, I want to say, I want to say he had one early, but no, because he didn't miss. Let me just double check. I'm about to say, see if my man Olave has anything early on before that. Like I said, he played in 15 games his rookie season, so that would have been just too short. And then 16 games his second season. So let's see. I'm not seeing anything new on that. Yeah. So to me, like I said, man, if this is more of an isolated, it was just this year, especially, I'm even more so confident in, making this decision. Injuries are going to happen. Whether we're talking about a concussion, I know that's more of the hot topic of lately, but what's the difference between a player having the concussion versus the player having the blown out ACL? You're not going to be able to play regardless, right? So with that, to me, I just think that if we're, not going to do something off of the thought that he could get this hurt again, it's like, I think that that's a little bit too cautious, but this also isn't my decision. Like I said, man, I can understand, man, when, you're the one that job's on the line, or is you're the one that's out there signing these contracts. Yeah, it might be a little bit more hesitancy with that. But to me, I don't think that that's the case right now. And based off of what he's communicated, which once again, this was his words, not my words. He said he's 100% doesn't have any type of lingering effects and he feels great. If that's what he is communicated, how am I going to tell him what he should and should not be feeling? And that's the other part with it, man. So I'm not tripping on it, man. I'm not tripping on it, but we will see, man. We will see. All right. The other super that just came in, shout out to Jason Atkins as well. He says, you and Deke don't work together anymore? No, man. Shout out to the homie, though. Absolutely not, man. My dog has graduated. All right. He moved on and it's looking lovely for the homie, man. I think it is, at least. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, everything is good, though. Like I said, 6 years, man, was grinding, having a blast with it. One day, he hits me and was like, hey, bro, I'm ready to graduate, man, ready to start it on my own and see what I can grow to. So, that's where he's at right now. But yeah, man, so that's why you see guys like Tyler Candelaria. Shout out to Tyler. Also got engaged this weekend as well. Shout out to the homie, man. Young love. Evolving in life. But you also see guys like Dom Farrow, right? He's been showing up on the show a lot more as well. Guys like Terence Garvin, right? My former teammate, current defensive coordinator of Norfolk State University. He'll be hopping on here 2:00. Now you see him up here multiple times and having a little bit more, or a lot more of a bigger role. And also I saw you like in the Garvin's garage as well. We ain't had another film person in a minute. All right. It felt good to have my dog drop some hot tape. I said, hey, bro, you cutting film now? I thought just Master Mosca chef like that, baby. It's good to have another cook around here, man. All right. So shout out to Terence Garvin, man. And I do see how y'all was enjoying it. Ali Howard Species 5618 says the garage was lit. Yeah, man. Shout out to Garvin's garage. And trust me, it's more on the way. All right. My dog, that's his passion. He loves to watch film. He coaches for a living. Played for a while, coaches now, man. Doing it with Mike Vick down there at Norfolk State University. Two of my former teammates at the crib, man, getting active, right? First college I ever stepped foot on, too, man. Norfolk State, behold the green and gold. But it's like, man, so, that's kind of what it's been growing into. And some of the new friends, some of the new guests, man, Mark Bergen, man, a guy that, like I said, man, is the producer of WRAL Channel 5 in Raleigh, North Carolina. He's been tapping in, doing more on the show, and we're going to continue to do more and more with him as well, man. Got to get him on some of these live actions coming up, you know? And then my other guys, you know, Charlie Batch, Trey Essex, Cuffley, like that, man. So that's kind of been the vibe right now, man. But no hard feelings towards the homie, man. We wish him nothing but the best, man. And hopefully he continues to excel at life, man. Alrighty. And I gave you the alternate one. Usually I give you usually it's another one. Everybody else in the chat be knowing the other one. I gave you that one today just because you was cool. Alrighty. But don't forget to hit the like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Hey, shout out to technology. Sometimes the technology just starts working the right way out the blue, and I like it. So with that being the case, shout out to technology, man. Shout out to technology. Because Ali Howard did say the garage was lit. Man, let's talk about my man TG in the garbage garage. All right. I like that. That's, like I said, behind the scenes, man. Sometimes my technology be acting all weird, and then it'll just start working right. And it just make a tear when it come on face, man. I'd be like, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, y'all just gonna see me just do this for a little while, all right? Because it was a little while over here. My technology wasn't doing what it was supposed to do, okay? But now it's doing what it's supposed to do. I'm happy again, all right? You can see I can just click on it, make a little comment come up, all right? Pretty cool. It's a pretty cool concept, man. All right. And I think that y'all kind of like to be able to, you know, see your name pop up here, feel a part of the show a little bit more as well. All right. But let's get it. I tell you, I'm at that stage of life where it's the little things. It's all about the little things. Yeah. But let's go. Alrighty. Oh, and Tom J got jokes. He said, yo, did Lizzo come through most? Listen, man. The way the technology was acting at first, she might have pulled up, all right? But now we all the way copacetic, all right? Technology is back good. I'm happy now. Mm-hmm. All right, let's go. Let's see what the second one. Oh, this could be a good one right here. Hey, Aaron, you know we got to talk about some Aaron Rodgers, baby. You know we got to talk some Aaron Rodgers. I mean, it wouldn't be a show if we ain't talking about Aaron Rodgers. I mean, of course, we're on our 19th day in the month of May. Of course, we're going to talk some Aaron Rodgers. Why wouldn't we talk Aaron Rodgers today? Come on, baby. Gotta love it. So, yeah. Hey, Ron, what we got going on with Aaron Rodgers? So, still no official word, right? We've been waiting, trying to see when he was going to, if ever, tell us, you know, he wants to play for the black and gold this year, or maybe he doesn't want to play for the black and gold this year. Either way, we're still waiting to get an update officially from Aaron Rodgers. Now, unfortunately, we still at least have to wait a little bit longer, but somebody that was at least close or revolving around his camp. And what I mean is this, I think it was last year was when his book came out, right? That he didn't write, but the author wrote it, did all the interviewing surrounding, you know, people that have worked with Rodgers, teammates of Rodgers, and then had a chance to communicate with Rodgers prior to the book releasing. And from the way that he talks about it in their relationship, you know, he feels like he has an understanding of the man. I mean, if you write a book on a guy, you got to understand something about this guy, right? You're constantly talking to the guy, even after the fact, man, you have some type of dynamic because you get his comments on the book and include it prior to the book releasing. All right. So just set the scene. That's kind of what's going on. All right. Now, based on that author, shout out to us authors out there, all right? If you're looking for another book, Moats Theory of Life, get it at moatstheory.com. That's my book. Just figure I'll plug it shamelessly. But anywho, the author says that he feels Aaron Rodgers will be making a decision soon. And he actually gave us a little bit of a date, a timeline. He says before minicamp. Now, we know OTAs is what's about to start. OTAs is what's coming up in a couple of weeks, actually next. I want to say that's next week because 26 is Monday. Yeah, so starting real soon. OTAs will begin for the black and gold. Now, talking with Charlie Batch, he feels, you know, the further you get close to training camp, the harder it is for those quarterbacks to hit the ground running with new personnel and new playbooks, because Aaron Rodgers doesn't have any type of connection to this here coaching staff or personnel that we have. And even for those that are, kind of my mindset, well, man, Russell Wilson, he didn't do any training camp because he was injured, missed a lot of the season, but then came in and hit the ground running, so to speak, actually played well down up until those final 5 games where, we kind of saw where he almost flamed out, so to speak, right? But you have to remember that he did have all of OTAs, all of minicamp, all of that time leading up to training camp as well to kind of prepare and get just get really familiar with the playbook, with the personnel. So those are some of the things with Aaron Rodgers that, the longer this goes, the more, effect or impact it could have when the season actually gets here. Now, the positive thing, though, is this, though. If he were to make a decision by minicamp, that does give him time to have a true training camp type of vibe for those 3 days, because you're going to get the full work day schedule that you would get in a regular season Wednesday, Thursday, Friday type concept, in contrast to what OTA schedule is, which is still a little bit more of an early release vibe. So with that, you would still get the work you want to get done. We obviously know OTAs are voluntary, hence the reason why when dudes are in the middle of contract disputes like we've seen in the past, Cam Hayward, Minkah Fitzpatrick, TJ Watt, they haven't necessarily practiced during those. They still showed up, but they didn't practice. And we obviously know with those dudes, the familiarity, we weren't tripping on it at all, but it just goes to show that this is voluntary. So even if you don't practice or if you don't show up, it's not like it was the ultimate bad. But when we're looking at minicamp, we know that's the mandatory portion. That's where you need to be here to ultimately get locked in with the guys, man, and get everybody on the same page. So to me, I think that, if it is minicamp, I like that as a hard deadline. But I also feel like, man, at that point, when do we truly say enough is enough? You hear the Deshaun Elliott's of the world. Cam Hayward at one point in time even talked about how, it was kind of like, man, look, we don't want to do this whole waiting thing. Either you with us or you're not. All of that is relevant because we're talking about chemistry. We're talking about that camaraderie. We're talking about understanding the intimate details of the calls and of your personnel. How does he like to run his comeback route? How does he like to run his stop route? How does he like to run his slant route, his vertical route, his post corner? These are all the things that you want to gather information on. And the only way you can do that is by practicing together, and specifically not just doing routes on air, which is what he was doing with DK Metcalf and Caleb Johnson at various points this offseason. It needs to be in football team settings, and that's what you get in OTAs, mini camp, training camp, etc. So we will see. Said, man, how Aaron Rodgers and his timeline corroborates with our current timeline and where we are right now, man. But yeah, this is an interesting one, man. Definitely a interesting one. Alrighty. Let's see. Oh, got a super that came in here too, man. So shout out to the super from the homie 12th Wonder. Shout out to 12th Wonder. He says the Ryan Shazier interview was fire. Hey, grateful for you tapping into that, and everybody that did tap into that, man. Definitely appreciate you. You know it means a lot to me, man. Whenever y'all tap into the content, man, and actually enjoy it. But he says Calvin Austin III is making huge strides as a wide receiver. Maybe we have less urgency on wide receiver 2 because of his trajectory. And that is definitely the case. Calvin Austin III's production allows you the confidence in trading to George Pickens without having to draft a wide receiver early and still not feeling like it's the end of the world, because you've seen Calvin Austin give you a certain level of production. And we're not saying that he's a 1,000-yard receiver. He might not ever cross the 1,000-yard receiver threshold, but he's showing you some potential that it looks like with more opportunities and with more consistent quarterback play, his production could also have a positive uptick. And to me, I think that that's the exciting part when you're talking Calvin Austin. Let me just pull up what he officially had last year. About to say, yeah, ended with 548 receiving yards on 36 catches with 4 touchdowns, man. With that 17 games, only 8 of them did he start. But when we're talking about the targets, man, 36 receptions on 58 targets. So he's showing you a high level of efficiency with, his opportunities. And he's showing you that he can be explosive. I mean, that's 15.2 yards per reception is pretty much what he averaged. 4 touchdowns, like I said, during that process as well. And he had the long boy of 54 in terms of a 55-yard reception. And then we know in 2023, his first year post-foot injury, he went for a 72-yard touchdown, the bomb that he caught versus Vegas. To me, man, Calvin Austin has a lot of potential, a lot of upside. Whether you're talking about using him as a down-the-grass exclusively guy, a slot guy, or if you want to get creative and maybe give him the ball behind the line of scrimmage, man, doing some of the jet sweep type of stuff or just getting him on the movement, his speed is scary. His speed is, when we're thinking NFL fast, Tyreek is the guy that everybody brings up. Because who else is like that type of blazer? Jalen Waddle, right? Devonta Smith, but Devonta has more size and is a little bit thinner of a frame. But to me, man, Calvin has a lot of potential, and that's why you're seeing the production with him as well. My concern, I guess, is if you're making him a bona fide wide receiver 2, is he, when you're going out there and he has to face, if it's Darius Slay and JPJ, is he consistently going to beat a JPJ or a Darius Slay? Those are some of the questions. If it's JPJ and let's see. Oh my goodness. Jackson, right? Dante Jackson. Is he consistently beating a Dante Jackson or consistently beating, those type of guys? Those are the questions when you're talking about a wide receiver 2. They got to be able to one-on-one win that matchup consistently. Those are the things that I still want to see more of. I do feel that he's more than capable of being a high level 3 right now. And I think that that's kind of why you still see us making those phone calls for Chris Olave. Why you still see us having that kind of open eye to, all right, what else is out there potentially? We talked about Amari Cooper. We talked about Gabe Davis. It's because of, yes, the upside is exciting, but there are still question marks surrounding Calvin due to the size, due to the development. And he has been developing, but he hasn't given us the 1,000 just yet. He hasn't shown that he is the true wide receiver 2 just yet. And that could be due to just lack of opportunities, right? It's not like he's getting 100 plus targets a game or 100 plus targets a season just yet. So it could be that. We will find out though, man. We will definitely find out, but I like the thought process. I like the conversation right there surrounding Calvin Austin and ultimately why it could make this team feel like they have some time, right? They don't have to go out there and replace George Pickens right now. But no, that was definitely a good one right there. Definitely a good one. All righty. Oh, and actually, let's hit up the homie TG to double check with him. Make sure he's all the way copacetic because y'all know how the dog get. All right, let me shoot him a text real quick. All right. When you all ready. Because we got to talk to the dog. Got to talk to my dog. All righty. Let's see. We got the homie Justin Gordon. Shout out to Justin Gordon. And we do appreciate the super chat from the heart. You already know this. He says, yo, Moats, before we had the concussion awareness that we do now, do you remember a game in youth, high school, or college you played through a concussion? I did for sure. Shaking my head. For me personally, I don't. And what I'll say is this. I'll phrase it the way that I always phrase when I'm asked this question, because since the daggone concussion movie dropped, everybody went completely overboard and it was like, yo, this is the only thing that matters, the only injury that is relevant. This is the only thing that we need to talk about. And the CT. And you be like, bro, all right. And says you can't prove it while somebody's alive. But yet we just constantly want to diagnose and say, yep, you got it. You got it. Why? Because you did something that was different. So that means you got it. And it's like, all right. Now you say they have it. Does it change anything? Should they like go live in a glass house, like, or a glass like padded room? Like what's I don't really know. But that's kind of the thought process with it, man. But for me, I never lost consciousness. So if we're talking about concussions, I've seen people classify concussions as if you've blinked, right? If you get hit and you do this, or if your head jerks, right? Because I think they said if you were in a car crash and you had the brakes stop and the seatbelt engaged, like that's a concussion, right? So I'm sure at some point, if we're just using that threshold, then yes, you play football as long as I've had, you have had to have had it at some point in time. But me personally, I've never lost consciousness. I think the most I might have ever experienced was like not even the full lights. It was more so like blinking a little bit and then from there back good. So I don't know. But hopefully everything keeps working the way that it's working with me, man. But yeah, that's why I don't be tripping on it like that. Maybe it's the old school in me because like I said, back then when I was growing up playing, we ain't talk about this type of stuff like that, man. And obviously when I was first getting into the NFL in 2010, it wasn't talked about like this, man. But we know with this being a hot topic now, it is something that we do have to be transparent about and continue to gather more information on. And for me personally, I'm just kind of always in that in between of what is going to make the game the most safe or what for players makes it safe. But also we know this is a physical sport. It's a 100% injury rate. You are going to get hurt if you play football. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And the real question is to what extent. But if you play this game the right way, you're fundamentally sound, you work out, you do what you're supposed to do from a mental standpoint to understand what is safe and what is not safe, man, you'll be able to have an amazing time playing this game and truly change your life. And like I said, I'm one of the big poster boys of that when I think of where I grew up at compared to what my situation is now. And a lot of that is owed to this game of football. So like I said, that's the long answer short. Hopefully, that kind of gives you a little bit of understanding on kind of how I view it, man. But yeah, man, the concussion thing, like I said, it's a big thing, man. But yeah, just like I don't remember having a concussion like that. Like I definitely have never went to sleep. And I've seen my guys go to sleep. I've seen some dudes, man, they woke up and you like, bro, my brother doesn't know who I am right now. Like I'm hurt for you, Like we've had them experience where you got to drive your guy home. Like I know that, but me personally, I haven't had that. So I need to knock on some wood. I ain't got no wood. I'm just not. Oh, here we go. Hey, shout out to the homie 5'5" over there. All right, let me knock on the homie, man. But yeah, Tom J brought up boxing. He was like, yeah, boxing, that's the real danger. Yeah, because the repetition, man, you're constantly getting punch. Even with MMA, the mixed martial arts element of it, at least with that, we're not just exclusively targeting here. You got the submissions, you got the kicks, the midsection, the lower legs, and stuff like that. But yeah, boxing is just the repetition of boom, boom, boom. And that's where you'll hear, the term a guy is punch drunk, right? Or you would listen to some of these older boxers and how they would talk and it's really slurred or labored or their memory isn't the best. That to me, I was always looking at that like, man, I don't want to play. I love boxing. In fact, that was what I wanted to do when I was a little kid. Mom was like, yo, you ain't boxing. You play football. You ain't boxing. All right. But growing up, I'm actually glad I didn't box because you hear how some of these guys talk and it's like, yeah, you can tell, the impact that it's had on them. With me as a football player, I don't have that experience and nor have I witnessed a lot of the older players that have that. Now, some of the dudes, they are struggling, but I don't think it's as bad as some of the other stuff. But like I said, man, hopefully everybody is trying to figure out the best ways to enjoy life while being safe as well. All righty. Take another sip as we wait on. We got a couple minutes before the homie TG taps in with us, man. So definitely liking that. All righty. Shout out to Bust. Now you say, yeah, what a homie TG. Hey, boy, he on the way. Listen, man, the homie on the way. But Bust now, you jumping the gun too, man. What time does it say on the overlay? What time does it say my dog finna pull up on us, all right? I need to put like loosely based around 2-ish. All right. Or at 2-ish. Because it's rarely just 2 p.m. Sometimes like 2:15, sometimes like 2:05, maybe for 2:09. You never know. But shout out to my homie though, all right? But you know it's 2 p.m. buzz now. Come on, man. I see, man, shout out to the chat right there, all right? Shout out to the chat. Y'all know what time it is, all right? 2 p.m. buzz now, 2 p.m. All right, David Decker said it his voice. He said 2 p.m. Karth, he also said it. 2 p.m. Eastern time. Y'all know what time the homie pulls up, all right? Can't be rushing the homie right now. Bust now, you said it's what? It's 10:57 right now, all right? So don't you rush my dog, all right? Because X Concepts then told you TG equals what? Top G, okay? He the original one, all right? Shout out to the homie, okay? Shout out. Jeez. You know he is. Shout out to him though. Shout out, man. Shout out. Y'all know him too, man. That's funny. Y'all know my man. Because he said, yeah, he finna be late. All right, man. I already know, bro. I already know. Why y'all always hear me say, let me shoot him a text? Y'all hear me every time I'm like, yo, all right, it's about 20 minutes before he's supposed to get on here. Let me just shoot him a text. Let me shoot him a text. Because if I don't shoot him that text, you never actually know. Might turn into 2 o'clock, might be 2:30. I mean, you never know. You know how the dog do, though. All right. Shout out to my dog, man. All right. Shout out to my dog. But yeah, we are getting closer and closer to the anticipation for TG. And where's X Concepts new phone, and TG still gonna be late. He's not late. He's showing up on his time. All right. Yeah. He got his clock is set to a different time zone than everybody else's clock, all right? You got Eastern time zone, you got that Central time zone, you got that Western Pacific. Yeah, then you got the TG, all right? The TG is like whatever we say, just give it like a 15-ish window. Might be an hour sometimes. If you know, you know. But that's what it is, the X Concepts. Call him out, X Concepts. X Concepts said, yo, he got the new phone and now he acting bougie. I'm with you, man. TG got his new phone. He be in his new office. Y'all see him all decked out in his fire Norfolk State gear. All right. He has his Garvin's garage. He does all of this stuff. And yeah, now he be acting bougie. He be acting too big time. I'd be like, yo, TG, don't forget me, dog. Hey, man, you know I got you, Moats. You got to relax. Hey, bro, you know I got you, man. But let's get it, man. And don't forget to hit that like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel. And yeah, shout out to the homie Rod Dollar. He says TG is busy trying to build a top 5 defense. Yes, indeed. I know he is the defensive coordinator at Norfolk State University. Shout out to him, man. Shout out to Mike Vick, man, the head coach down there. Both of them dudes, man, working around the clock, trying to get it done, man, whether you're talking schematics or even personnel, because that's the other part that is added to the equation, man, when you're talking about the collegiate level compared to the professional level. Professionally, your position coach is just your position coach. You got a scouting department that's going to go out there and find talent. You got a scouting department that's going to go out there and try to, get these guys here. And then we got the almighty dollar that really determines if a player wants to join us or not. Whereas we know collegially that NIL, that transfer portal, you dealing with that. But as the position coach or coordinator, you're also a recruiter as well, man. So like I said, man, definitely a little bit different of a situation, man. But like I said, man, I like it, man. I like it. It's officially 2 o'clock. Let me see if my dog they hit my line just yet. Oh, yeah, not yet. Okay. We still waiting on it. We gonna still wait for a little bit. All right. But we ain't tripping either way. Y'all already know that, man. We got plenty to vibe about, man. Plenty to vibe about. Let's see. While we wait, guess we'll go to our next thing. X Concept says also that Mike Vick rocking out in that black and gold was awesome. No, it was pretty cool, man. That was one of the things too for me personally that I was always a little bit extra biased about, man, in terms of my time playing with Vick, man, because growing up, man, that was the guy. If you was from Virginia, yeah, everybody knew Seven. Everybody knew Vic. That was, and then you had the whole commercial, the Michael Vick experience. Yeah, it was nuts, man. We were so, I'd never forget to this day, man. We were so daggone hyped the first practice that he actually practiced, man. And we just wanted to hear his cadence. We just wanted to hear him. How's he say it? is he gonna bark it at us? Is he gonna be smooth with his Vic? He was just, hey, 180. We did it. It was so cool, man. Shout out to Mike Vick, though, man. Absolutely shout out to Mike Vick. Yep, it was definitely a time, man. And DC53 brought up how, yeah, man, shoot, we did have him, L. Bell, and AB all at the same time, man. Got us out of a couple of stadiums, though, man. I never forget that San Diego Chargers game. And yes, it was San Diego back then, man. It was a good vibe, man. Yeah. Shout out to the homie, though, man. Shout out to the guys. And yeah, shout out to let's see. That was, I always remember the Chargers one because it was prime time, man. Elbow had to walk off. You had 7 drawn up players on the sideline. Vic hitting, was it Marcus Wheaton for the bomb tutty? Like, yeah, it was one of them. And I think it was Antoine Blake. Shout out to Zilla had the big pick. It might have been pick 6. I don't know if it was pick 6, but he had a pick. I must say he had a pick, man. But that was one of them good games, man. It was a fun time, man. Good memories, man, with that one. Yeah. And hopefully everybody was safe out there this weekend too, man. I know I ain't supposed to remember all this stuff, but my man bringing up L. Bell and AB. I said, hold on, why AB name? Why that sound like it was familiar this weekend? So yeah, that's what's going on. Y'all stay safe out there, man. Glad my dog is all right. But jeez, man, please stay safe out there, okay? Please stay safe out there. Jeez Louise, man. Free my dog till it's backwards. My dog is free. My dog is out. He made it clear that he was not arrested, okay? He was detained for a little bit, all right? Or they had restrained him for a little bit, but yeah, AB was in the clear. He was a victim, all right? And he was defending himself. Shout out to AB, all right? But yeah, I was not expecting. I was like, hey, bro, did I just see what I said? Hey, yo, did I see what I said? Hey, bro, y'all playing with my dog, man. Stop playing with AB like that, man, all right? Y'all be forgetting, like, some people really like that in real life. Like, they ain't got it all wired together, man. All right? Yeah. Gotta be careful, man. All right? Some people, y'all play with them on the internet. All right? Some people are like internet funny, internet crazy, and you don't got to respect them, and you try them on the internet. Then you got some ones where it's like, hey, bro, don't do that in person, bro. Yeah, you clearly see, man. My man was like, oh, all right. Y'all want to play? Let's play. Like, Lord, AB, don't hurt nobody. Please don't hurt nobody, AB. Please don't hurt nobody out here, baby. So, yeah, definitely glad that everybody, at least from the videos that we saw circulating and from his statement, everybody seems like, they're good. And hopefully, man, he'll get some justice for himself as well, man, since they were trying to attack my dog and take on his shiny jewelry off, man. Lord have mercy, man. But shout out to the dog, man. Shout out to my dog. All right. And like I said, man, I'm over here. We still waiting on the homie, man. Gonna see, man. Before we tap into something else. But yeah, bust down. They said they wanted to take his chain. That was the vibe, which is crazy when you think about it, man. But I mean, that's also the unfortunate part of kind of, I guess not kind of. This is where AB has gotten to, where publicly people don't respect him to the level that, they willing to try to take his jewelry up off of. I'm like, hey, bro, it's one thing to try to, to, what would they call it? To steal. Okay. It's nothing to just the strong arm robbery somebody. All right. Them two totally different things. Stealing is like, oh, he took the chain off. The chain was over here on the desk or at the safety deposit box. And y'all go in there where he isn't there. And then y'all take the chain and then you leave. It's a whole other thing to say, yo, you got that chain on your neck. Yeah, I want that one while it's still on your neck. You like, bro, what? It's like, yo, that is bonkers to me, man. And once again, 10 years ago, nobody's even thinking to try this. Heck, 6 years ago, no one's even thinking to try this. But unfortunately, due to, the persona that ABS put out there publicly, man, it's gotten to the point where people don't feel like, they have to have that same level of caution or respect when dealing with him. And yeah, it's just, like I said, it's crazy how things can escalate, man. But like I said, as a whole, glad that he and everybody that was a part of that situation, that altercation, or at least alive. All right. I don't know who's well, but they're alive. Okay. So shout out, man. Okay. But yeah, man, we're still waiting on the homie, man. We're going to see, like I said, man, he's trying to build a championship outfit down there in Norfolk State, okay? Rob Lightfoot asks about Jalen Ramsey. He says, is he still on the trading block? From the last thing that I checked surrounding Jalen Ramsey, that was the case. And yeah, I like Jalen. I'm a fan of him, man. I don't think we're in the running for, him if he is still available, largely due to the asking price, what it would take to trade for him, along with contractually what it would take to keep him happy. Yeah, I don't think that we're trying to go that route just yet. And we have the veteran guy in terms of the veteran corner that we want to operate with this year, and that's Darius Slay. We feel really good about our safety play with Minkah Fitzpatrick and Deshaun Elliott. So now we're asking ourselves, all right, yeah, we can go out there and give up a ton of resources for Jalen Ramsey, but do we have this major hole or need right now where, we're feeling like we're going out there and getting a guy that's filling a legit hole, or are we just getting a guy that is a heck of a player, but you're putting him in the position group that you actually feel really good about? You feel good about your corners with Darius Slay and JPJ. You feel good about, and that's just the starters, right? And you feel good, like I said, about Minkah Fitzpatrick and Deshaun Elliott. I'm not taking Jalen Ramsey at safety over Minkah Fitzpatrick. I like Jalen Ramsey from a coverage perspective over specifically over Deshaun Elliott, if we're talking about that. But me personally, I like Deshaun Elliott versus the run better than Jalen Ramsey right now. But Jalen Ramsey has a lot more versatility when you're talking about could play inside, could play outside, could play in the could play, like I said, the deep safety spot. So yeah, he's a heck of a player. I just don't think that we have the need that would warrant giving up what we would have to give up to acquire Jalen Ramsey, man. But yes, the last time I checked, he was still supposedly available. Now the other one that I'm checking for is Tyreek. Tyreek is the one they're saying is not available, but he's like, yo, I want to be available. All right, because y'all know I like me a fast receiver. And if you fast and go, and it's something about them little fast receivers, man. They just got that extra chip on their shoulder, that extra dog in them. I like that. Maybe I'm biased because I played with AB. All right, AB was one of them little feisty dog receivers. I like little feisty dog receivers. Like the big body receivers are dope. Okay, the DKs, the Calvin Johnsons of the world that you can just throw it up to and everything is good. Those are fun. But yeah, it's something about a speed demon out there, man. I cause speed truly kills. And just in true TG fashion, he gives me a text and he says, I'm on you. Of course you're on me. Of course you are. Why wouldn't you be, TG? Why wouldn't I know you was waiting on me when you shot me the text at 2:09 p.m.? Of course. Hey, listen, if y'all ain't got friends like TG in your life, man, y'all are missing out. All right, I'm going to just tell y'all straight like that. Y'all are for certain missing out. All right, shout out to my dog. Shout out to my dog. But y'all know the drill, man. Don't forget to hit the like button one time for the culture. And subscribe if you're new to the channel, all right, dog, I'm over here cutting up, man, thinking about my partner real quick, man, all right, with chest, man, my dog hit me with it. Hey, bro, I'm waiting on you, man, where you at? Where I'm at? I'm full, I'm waiting on you. What you mean where I'm at? Jeez Louise, man, jeez Louise. Alrighty. Oh, hold on. Oh, I pushed the wrong button. Hold on, you got me? All right, maybe not. Yo, you got me? Hello, you got me over there, TG? All right, hold on. Bro, I can barely hear you. Oh, keep talking? Hold on, no, I don't hear you yet. That might be me. Let me get you right. All right, hello? All right, hold on. I'm going to call you right back. Because that's on me. Yep. All right. Having some technical difficulties for a second. Let's troubleshoot this thing really quickly, though. All right, and try this again with the homie. Okay.
Hello?
There we go. What's the word? What's the word? You got me over there, baby?
What's good? What's good?
Yeah. All right. David Decker, shout out to you. He says Lizzo strikes again. Shout out, man. Every once in a while, man, Lizzo comes and sits on the service and yeah, just makes it a little janky over here. But we back. We copacetic. We good. So, ladies and gents, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe because we are joined right now by that man, that myth, the legend. I'm talking about that Pittsburgh Steelers linebacker. I'm talking about the West Virginia Mountaineer alum. They say it is almost heaven there. I'm talking about my locker mate. I'm talking about the current defensive coordinator of Norfolk State University. Behold the green and the gold. Ladies and gents, make some noise for that guy, Terence Garvin. TG. Man, they going nuts in the chat for you today, man. Shout out. David Deck over here. TG. Bust now said, yo, it's Coach TG in the building. $7 says all the chat applauds. And of course, X Concept says TG stands for top G. You already know, man. Shout out to you though, man. Let's get it. Man, what's the vibe with you though, man? Everything good around your way, man?
Everything good, man. I was really on here, man. I've been talking to Vince Williams all morning.
Shout out to Vince, man.
Shout out my guy.
Shout out to the guys, man.
Hey, I'm just putting some cooking some stuff up.
Hey, I'm about to say, I know if y'all two on the phone, y'all talking that talk. I already know. Y'all he's like, yo, I look, man, I got this front. This my star player. How you want to play with this? Hey, look, is this an athlete or do you want a body here? What you thinking right here, man? I be like, all right, TG, bro. All right. That'll call to go for 5 hours. I already know what it is. Hey, look, side note, I will say this. I did go back and I believe it was Vic, coach. Shout out to Mike Vic, his YouTube channel specifically surrounding him with Norfolk State. I was checking out some of your defense. I'm like, okay, I see what you're doing. Little star play, a little rush over here, a little cover. I said, all right, hey, listen, I peeps what you got going on over there. All right, I like it. I was like, yo, that my dog there. All right, I know we're supposed to be focusing on the offense here, but that my dog right there. I know what that is. I see it. I see what you got going on. All right, just know I know. All right, yeah.
You're trying to do something.
Yeah.
Trying to run hit, set some edges, man. You know?
Yeah, I was like, hold on now. I recognize this. Yeah. No, that's dope though, man. Shout out to you on that, man.
What a time, man.
Hey, what a time, man. And I gotta say, the people in the chat, man, on the front end of this thing, man, they were showing you love for the Garvin's Garage. We talked about, man,
Thomas, there's more cooking coming quick.
That's what I told him. Look, man, I said, look, bro. I was like, for the channel, this their first time hearing somebody break down film opposite me or other than me. So it was pretty cool to see the reception, to see, the positive feedback, man. But they definitely was digging the Garvin's Garage. All right. A ton of fire emojis, a ton of, that thing was fire, was lit, and all the other stuff in between. Yeah. So I've already teased. I'm like, look, yo, he got something else. He got something else on the way.
Come to the garage, just know, man. We got the toolkit, man.
Come on, man. Down there, man. Come on, man. My dog is ready.
Down to the garage.
Yeah. I say, look, bro. I say, this is what he does for a living. This is profession. All right. This is a defensive coordinator, man. He knows what he's talking about. You listed him where I'm like, bro, he cooking. So shout out to you, my dog. Shout out to you.
My God.
But man, let's tap into this thing, man. Let's tap in because we did get some updates in terms of potential, Aaron Rodgers dates. All right. Mm-hmm. Now, we haven't officially heard from the man himself, Aaron Rodgers, but we heard from the guy who wrote the book on Aaron Rodgers. All right. The book literally came out like a year ago, and he even had to talk to Aaron Rodgers multiple times. He says they still have a relationship. All right. I don't know Aaron Rodgers, so I can't call him and say, yo, is this accurate or not? So I'm going to go off for the guy that at least talked to him at some point. Okay. Mm-hmm. But with that, this individual, this author, said that he sees Aaron Rodgers making a decision, and that decision being prior to minicamp starting. Now, we know minicamp, Now minicamp is 2 weeks away. A little bit over 2 weeks away because they've changed the structure. OTAs used to be 3 weeks, right? 10 total practices. They've reduced it now to just 2 weeks, 6 total practices. Yeah, right. They getting soft on this, bro. It's crazy.
Man.
Absolutely crazy. I say, bro, are you serious? I say 6.
That's a lot of reps. That's a lot of reps.
6, bro. We missing a whole week worth of practice, bro.
Man,
6. Come on, man. Come on, man. I say, look,
that's a lot of meeting time.
Some dudes feel some type of way if your coach took an OTA day away for David Buster. You like, hey, bro, that's an opportunity.
Yeah, we don't need no David Buster. We need these reps.
Hey, coach, I need my tape to be hot, bro. I can't show you this pass rush or this coverage at David Buster's, baby. All right,
I gotta go cover that tight end.
Hey, you feel me? Man. Yeah. Hey, look. I say, 6 practice. I say, you already done killed me preseason wise. I only got 3 preseason games now. You trying to take another one of them away?
You just got to get the tape hot quick.
I say, 6 practices. Bro, it's crazy. It's crazy right now, bro. Absolutely crazy right now. 6 practices, bro. So we know OTAs isn't going to take long before it's minicamp. So with this, now we have a little bit of a deadline, right? In terms of Aaron Rodgers making a decision prior to minicamp. So I wanted to ask you, man, what are your thoughts on this potential updated deadline? Do you think that is a good time? And do you think that, we should wait that long? Or do you feel, hey, man, we done waiting. We go a different direction now. What's your energy on it?
I think he's still waiting, because that's what you want. So it's like, that's what you want.
Yeah.
So you still waiting,
It's a long wait, though. It's the 19th day of May right now, bro.
Man, I just think he give you another week. If we waited this long, let's take another week and give you another week. Now you
keep saying another week, bro.
I'm about one more week, man. Tell me something next week.
Hold on. Let me just
we got 2 weeks till. Tell me something next week.
Let me do some due diligence real quick. I'm gonna pull up the official Steelers mini camp. There we go, of 2025. Let's get the official start date so we can put a date on it. All right, we don't want to be speculative. We want to have.
That's
a
my
date.
thing. When do we start mini camp? If that's the word
all right. So you ready? Okay. All right. So for 2025, the official mandatory minicamp date is June 10th. Okay.
June 10th.
June 10th, the 11th, and the 12th is when minicamp is officially here. The mandatory veteran minicamp. All right. So we got a couple of weeks remaining. A couple weeks remaining.
Tell me something about the 7th, man.
Okay.
Tell me something about the 7th, man.
7th. Hold on. I just said you got to the 10th. I said to the 10th. Why you need to know about the 7th? The 7th.
About the 7th.
By the 7th, you said the 10th. He can't call you. Can he call you on the 9th?
He can't call me on the 9th.
He can call you on the 9th.
Man.
He can call you on the 9th too.
I'm really, if you want to call me on the 9th, I'll take the 9th. But I prefer to set. Let me know something on the weekend. Let me plan practice.
Because the practice days we have for OTAs are May 27th, the 28th, and the 29th, June 3rd, June 4th, and June 5th. That's all we got. All right. So yeah. God, dog, bro. They have it sweet as heck, TG. Oh my God, bro. What is this OTA schedule? The 27th, 28th, man, God, dog. God, if I'm a vet, I'm loving it. I'm just doing it. If I'm a vet, I love this. I'm a vet, bro. Oh,
it's really set up so the vets don't have to do that.
That's what that is, bro. What?
It's really set up. You don't have to really. If you're a vet,
oh my gosh,
it's not for you. Yeah.
I'm going to be in shape. I'm in shape for this. I know the playbook. And even if I don't, I can pick this up for the OTA practices where you're spoon feeding me what we installing for that day. What? Oh, man. Shout out to these guys, man. Shout out to these guys. But yeah, man. Yeah. So we got the 7th is the timeline for you. The 7th is when you need to know so you can plan your practice. You need to see something. Okay. Now,
tell me something.
Now, I want to get your thoughts on this too. Now, because it sounds like from what you're communicating, it's mainly from the play or from the coach's side, right? I want to have some time to at least prepare the practice, for that day, man. Maybe get some specific high level looks that we maybe would have gotten OTAs, but because you weren't here, we really want to put emphasis on it right now. We don't want to wait till a training camp. Yeah. But from the player side, how much time do you think he needs from your perspective, man, to, you know, kind of get acclimated with this thing? New system, new personnel around him. Obviously, when you're talking about building chemistry,
chemistry is big.
You know, all of those variables.
But we'll get chemistry at training camp.
Okay, so
once
you
get
that
lock
at
in,
training
we'll
camp.
get chemistry.
Okay.
Once you lock in, we'll get everything we need. You know,
Okay.
we just need you to lock in. We'll get you everything you need. The chemistry, the, you know, everything. Everything come together. Like, just need you to just lock in.
Okay.
You know?
Now,
everything we have, we're going to give you. Like, we're going to, everything. You know? Just truly, just need you to lock in. We want to know before that date so we can kind of plan for you to be locked in. It's like, how long we going wait? It kind of start to dabble into, like, the first took, you're starting to get a sap count. We starting to hear things, you know? So it's like, we want to get that in before that so we can, you know, we want to hear your snap count. We want to get used to that. We don't want to have to change everything, you know?
Now, also with Aaron Rodgers, though, and also when we're talking about, you know, not wanting to change stuff like that and, you know, we're waiting and stuff, is there any other side of the deadline where we're saying, all right, say he doesn't tell us on the 7th. Say it's not, you know, on the first day of minicamp. What, you know what I mean? Like, if he's a dude that doesn't want to show up for minicamp and he's thinking about how just last year with the Jets, how they actually fined him and disciplined him for not being there. That's when he did the Egypt trip. But he said he was there for all of OTAs. He thought, I'm here for all of the voluntary stuff. I could miss this 3-day weekend vet mandatory minicamp. And Saleh and company, they didn't agree with that. Could he potentially be saying to himself, all right, well, to completely avoid that scenario, I just don't sign anything until post minicamp?
Man.
It's not like this isn't. He was for certain.
How long?
He got disciplined behind it just last year. That's just last year. And it was the whole, he was there for all the OTAs. Remember, that was the big talk. It's like, yo, he's there for all of that. And he decided to not show up for the mandatory part, and they disciplined him for the mandatory part. And you could see where it caused some friction.
I'm with you.
Is that potentially something that we would be understanding of if that was the, you know, some of the backstory for him right now in terms of what he's processing through?
Yeah, I just can't, like, it can't be that. Like, we just, what you trying, like, just come on. You know what I mean? Like, it's really, I just don't even see the debate really where else do you go? You know?
I mean, we talked about New Orleans.
That's where I'm at.
We talked about New Orleans. New Orleans is looking prime in terms of opportunity to just walk in and without having a ton of
I just don't think
obstacles.
You got that much to think about. So right now it's like, do I want to play or do I not want to play?
And I think that's legitimate. Yeah.
And it's kind of like you being a football guy, like him being a football guy. Like you've been around football since he was probably 8-9 years old.
Yeah, easily.
You know?
Yeah.
And everybody knows in the football world, and it just gets sticky because it's like every world got its own set of rules. You know what I mean? And it's like if you go and do this, like you just got your own set of rules. So it's not just the traditional respectfully, we'll just wait. It's kind of like, you know, it come a time where you gotta let people know something. You know? It's football etiquette. Like like it's like, and you can be everything in the world, but it just come a time where you got to let people know something, you know? Yeah. And it's like, it's starting to just dabble around that, like, bro, what are you going to do? Because if it goes the opposite way, you got to have a plan for that. Like, I think everything he's doing is just building it to where it makes you plan to go opposite. And it's like, well, if it do come, it's a bonus. Yeah. And you don't want it to build like that. You want it to build to where it's like, all right, we got this. And if something happened, we'll go this. But right now it's just building to where it's like, no, well,
we're creating such a doomsday approach. Yeah. Versus
you build it
truly building it for him. We're building it for legit success.
You kind of got to build it for not him right now because it's just taking so long. You know? It's like, we thought this would be done by now. It's like, if we just keep waiting on it, you got to build life without it. Like, you gotta plan that it's not going to be there. And if it do show up, it's a bonus.
Yeah. Almost like you're insulating yourself in. Like you said, man, there are pros and cons to that. Like I said, it's unfortunate because of how long it's taken. I mean, none of us anticipated it taking this long. Heck, we thought we would have a decision before the draft. Like, what? And then we figured, man, if you don't have any decision going into the draft, you're going to do something to give you more security surrounding the position. The Will Howard move is just kind of like was that the move? It just feels
Again, I'm still okay with Will Howard.
No. And there's a difference between being okay because we're both okay with the long-term element of a Will Howard and what it could develop into the potential around it. I mean, you said them same rules with me. Potential is a dirty word. It'll get you fired.
Potential get you fired.
It'll get you fired. Sure. So we can look at Will Howard and talk really exciting and really have all these high remarks about him, but it is built with, the potential. It is built on the speculation. It's built on the hopes and dreams. I mean,
I agree.
Whereas when we're talking about 2025 or specifically Aaron Rodgers, none of these dudes we talking about right now have the concrete belief and resume that Rodgers has. And that's why we have to talk with a lot more of the speculative scope. And for some people, they aren't able to, lean in there with optimism. When they start to speculate, it's like, bro, this is bad. This is doomsday. So I think that's kind of like this dilemma that we're all in. But Aaron Rodgers, I think we both would agree, his talent does warrant this to an extent. But at what point does it, do we say enough is enough?
Mm-hmm. I think 7. Let's take it to the 7.
My dog said this 7. He said, come on,
let's stick with the date, man. Let me know something before. Because we're even going into OTAs without it.
We're saying all of OTAs.
That's
not even the beginning. That's all of OTAs, bro.
And it's like, you really don't even want to say that. That makes sense. Like, we just want to start locking things.
OTA is the first step of team building. What are we talking about, bro? What's the first step? Unless you're the Joe Hayden that we're picking up right before the season, unless you're the guy that we're trading for in season, and those guys aren't the leaders of the team. Like, we're talking about the CEO of the Pittsburgh Steelers is the quarterback, man. Like, you don't want that guy to hop on the move and train. Heck, we even look at how Russ was this past season. And he was here and took OTAs and minicamp. He just missed training camp in the first, 6 weeks of the season. And even with him, it was an acclimation adjustment. And ultimately, we saw the inconsistencies down the stretch.
Same day.
Yeah, it's like, man, we kind of going in the same direction again, man.
Same day.
Different reason why he's not out there, but same scenario. Yeah.
The scenario is the same scenario, Still not home at court. So you feel way better about it though, because you do have youth in the building. And it's like, let's not just say Mason can't get it done, man.
No, we're not saying that.
I'm not saying that. Like, and I'm sure Mason has a super chip on his shoulder. He's quiet. He should be over there working.
Yeah, and rightfully so. Rightfully so.
Yeah, it's like everybody per se doubts it. You've done it, but now you might got to come do it again. Yeah. Reprove yourself. Don't write back.
Hey, so if you know, you know, baby. If you know, you know.
So it's like things could happen. I think I'm on Aaron. I think Aaron's the one. I think that's the one you're looking for. Yeah. I get a little discoured because I don't see him out here throwing. You know what I mean?
And it's gotten quiet, right?
Yeah, it's gotten real quiet. So it's like,
man, outside of this, the author making this, the statement and stuff, doing the interview, it's like you don't hear anything from him.
You don't hear from him at all. So it's like, just curious, what is, if it's New Orleans, when are you going to visit it?
Right. At least take the trip. Yeah, that gives us some information.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, we haven't even heard you go anywhere.
I'm like, are you looking at me? Are you looking at her? Are you looking at yourself? Like, what's going on, man? Because you might be retiring. Are you? If that's the case too, I just need to know.
Just let us. And I think that's easy. That's a hard decision, but you can let people know that.
I think him retiring or him joining the Steelers is way easier decision than him saying I'm joining the Saints. But either way, it's like, bro, whatever you're gonna do, man, just do it. Like, you Rodgers. What are we talking about?
You can't go wrong.
You're Aaron Rodgers. Absolutely. It can't be a legacy thing because your legacy is already cemented. Like, it's not that. It's not a money thing because you already broke big boy bank numbers. It's like, man, you either want to do it and you like something specific about this, or you don't want to do it for whatever reason that may be. But yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm just like, how do we get to this stage, man, where we're middle of May, back end of May, and still having the same conversation that we were having prior to the draft, man? Craziness right now. Crazy. But shout out to Aaron Rodgers, man. Shout out to Aaron Rodgers. But that wasn't the only thing that was, happening pretty interesting surrounding the black and gold. We got reports that the Steelers reached out to that same New Orleans team that we were just talking about. And they have a young wide receiver down there. Former first-round pick, 11th overall selection, 2022 draft. Chris Olave, 1,000-yard receiver twice. 8 games last year, dealt with some concussions. But as a whole, Steelers called up, trying to find interest. Saints reportedly said a second-round pick is where they're starting any type of conversations with Chris Olave. So, how you feeling, man? What's your energy surrounding that phone call? Do you like that receiver? Do you like the fact that we have interest in him? Or you think we doing too much right now? We need to ride with what we got.
That's a weapon. You know
it's a weapon.
That's a first. That's a first round weapon. That's still a weapon. That's
dang
a weapon.
Near. It's 11th overall pick.
That's a weapon. That's a dude. Like that's supposed to be. Honestly, that's the GP replacement. That's the. All right, you got a per se brand new set, and it's really better. If you really technically say it, it's really better.
I was about to say now people don't like to say you gotta be careful when you say that, man.
But it's really better. You got a DK, so you still got your deep threat. You still got all the plays you want to run out of that. You feel like you gotten better in that position. You got proven, and then you went over here, and your per se number 2 is a number 1. It's speed. It's a weapon. It's really the piece you were looking for these last few years.
I'm gonna say Olave is nice, bro.
Yeah. It's like Johnson, but it's bigger.
Yeah, it's
a better Johnson.
It's a more Johnson, consistent. Right? It's a higher end version. But you think, it's
a get in, get out. It's your whip routes. It's your it's everything away from.
If you're comparing Olave to Deontay Johnson, one is the 11th overall pick.
I'm saying it's the better.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's like, but that's what I'm saying. Like it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? Like
not that Johnson's DJ high, it's gotten paid. But this is a young per se better version of that. Like this is somebody that
like the next version, the newer prototype, the newer model of that. Yes.
And it's Ohio State, man.
Come on, man.
Nobody loves Ohio State more than the Pittsburgh Steelers.
OH. Hey, let's go, man.
Ohio State more than a Steelers.
Let's go.
So it fit, man. Get it.
We already got some Ohio State in here too.
It's grooming up for the quarterback, man. They gonna groom up. They gonna get his pieces in here. He gonna feel comfortable with. I'm sure they've met. I'm sure. Hey,
look, Keto. It's like Olave. Olave works with Rodgers. He works with Rudolph. He works with Howard. He works with Ty. He works with any of them dudes, man. He creates separation. He's a consistent hands catcher. He runs after. He's a good player, man.
Good player. Good weapon.
Heck yeah.
Good weapon.
Now,
good weapon.
We did have somebody ask in the comment section in the chat. Shout out to y'all as well, man. And if y'all are enjoying it, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe either. But they brought up the scenario we had a year ago was it 2 years ago when we were in the Brandon Ayuk sweepstakes. And they said, is Chris Olave just another version of Brandon Ayuk? Right? Where we looked at Brandon Ayuk and he had the 2 years where, he went 1,000 and it was a 1,300. And there were questions about, all right, is that the guy that you're ready to pay and completely fall in love with? Or is he a little bit more product of, the environment that he's playing in? Specifically with Ayuk, we know that Kyle Shanahan and all the pieces offensively that were around him, but he still produced. So how do you feel though in terms of Olave versus the Brandon Ayuk and kind of that scenario that we just kind of dealt with?
I don't think it's Brandon Ayuk. I don't think
because he's another former first round pick, but he was the back end. He's 25th overall compared to 11th.
I think that's a different weapon too. Olave reminds you. I know he's just slashy. Like he's a slashy. He's got good size to say if you wanted to make him a slot, it's a nice slot. He's like he'll sneaky remind you in respect, like Marcus Wheaton, like like I can get vertical on you, but I'm not huge, but I can get vertical. I catch these seams. I'm big enough to catch all the seams, but I can go out wide. He's kind of like Boy from the Jets. He's a like different version of that.
Yeah, Garrett Wilson, another Ohio
Garrett
State
Wilson,
dude.
Garrett Wilson, like I can go outside and be your number 1 all day, but I can come in here and be your slot and tear this up too. I'll go block. I get out. He's an Ohio State receiver. Like they produce good receivers. You got to. I respect it. They produce receivers. Guys come out of there can really do a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Shoot, man. They also bringing up. They said Olave is like a San Antonio Holmes. It was like, yeah, he got
Antonio
some of
Holmes,
that.
like, I like that. I like that. He's one of those. He's from that breed. Dare I say it, he's from the family of the ABs of the world.
Yeah,
like
I can see you.
You know what I mean? Like I'll go up on you. But I can play little
the
ball
5'10" to 6'1" receivers, man. Heck yeah, man.
I'm about to get after you.
Little feisty dudes, man.
I'm about to get after you. I'll be honest. I like that more than I like where they were headed, where it was looking.
What you mean?
Like I believe in when my man, the third rounder from last year, says
Calvin.
He's everything. No, not Calvin. Not even Calvin.
Who are you talking about?
Because Calvin and
Roman Wilson.
Roman Wilson.
Yeah. Roman Wilson.
I think they'll be good.
Yeah.
But I think you relieve the pressure of that a little bit with this, where it's like, be you. You don't have to be no more than being you. Like you can still. You could, I was believing, but it was feeling a little like, ooh, that's a lot of pressure though.
So that's a lot of belief. That's a lot of belief.
Yeah, because we were saying Calvin is Tyler Lockett this year. It's like, Tyler Lockett go for a band every year. Like Tyler Lockett will give you a long day.
You said, bro, you gave us 558, and we like, yo, you was nice, like, but we missed another 600 easily. Yeah.
Not to be, because I just feel way better. Like I like them to go for a band right here.
He said, okay.
To go for a band.
So you're not completely cool with what we have. All right, we just need to know.
Vision. They upgraded there.
We just need to know.
You just got to trust the process. They upgraded in that whole room.
We just need to know.
It went from a C to an A.
If you make that move, if that's the guy you get for certain, we feel way better about that group. Right now, there is some cautious optimism. There is some speculation, maybe a little reckless. It might be some reckless speculation, but it's flirting. Yeah, I get what you're saying. My dog said, "Hey, look, bro,
I'm good with it.
Just say it's Tyler Lockett.
Let it rip."
It was
calling it Lockett. I was on board on the Lockett train. I jumped all the way in. I said it is Lockett.
And that's how I feel when everybody was with Will Howard. Was like, yo, it's just Big Ben. It's just Josh Allen. It's like. I can see the framework, but y'all throwing that on this dude now. All right, just be careful. Just be careful, man. Calvin Austin, Owen Wilson, they could develop into the Tyler Lockett's of the world. 100%, sure. We would agree with that. Sure. Are they that currently in 2025? We have not seen that just yet in terms of that level of production.
I just want Calvin to be able to be the deep threat he is. Yeah. Like the screen deep threat. Like you don't have to make that catch. You don't got to make that back shoulder. That might not be you yet. Like just
because that's a lot. That's added skill set. Yeah.
You see it, screen, deep threat. Yeah. And go to work. And maybe you add more to your book in the midst of it.
Which he did do as a testament to Calvin Austin.
For sure.
Last year we saw him do more. We saw him actually catch some across the middle, catch some slants, some drags. So it's like we can continue to give you that type of stuff. Returner. Absolutely. So you know he do that.
Punt returner, you just want to get those guys the ball.
Yep.
Because they know how to find stuff. You know? So it's like he clearly has vision to be an elite punt returner that he is. Like he's proven that.
Absolutely.
So it's like you want to get them guys slants and
get them those tunnel screens, man. Tunnel screens, man. Heck yeah, bro.
Come on back in the alley.
Coming through the alley, breaking the traffic. Treat it like it's a punt return at times. I already know the drill, bro. Facts.
Yeah, but you're not. But Tyler Lockett is special because Tyler Lockett can run a 10 in it at a high level.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He gonna stem you inside, stack you, and hit you.
He truly know how to make that vertical, that stop, and that in. All the you like, whoa.
That's a lie.
You ain't got the rest of it, but you got that. Yeah.
Good call. That's all I'm saying. Like, and he gonna catch it.
Yeah, and that's the other part. Yeah.
He gonna catch it.
Gonna catch it. Yes. Absolutely, man. That's interesting though, man. I do like the thought process though, man. I like your optimism surrounding the overall vision of the wide receiver room now. Like I said, I'm with you. I just need to see them make a call. All right, you making this phone call lets me know. Hey, we this is not the final. This is TBD. All right, hey, to be continued right now. Okay, just
this thing's still cooking.
It's still cooking. Heck yeah. Which we like. All right, we definitely like that. All right. Now, shout out to the UFL. Shout out to the UFL TG. Some of the people in the chat, man, since we've been bringing up the UFL, man, these past couple of weeks, man, since their season started, man, they was talking about how Tyler Vaughn's still looking good. Like, yo, he caught another touchdown. They like, hey, bro, potential for him to make it back up. I'm like, yo, if he keeps producing, some of these guys just in the UFL, man, if they're producing and showing consistency on tape, they'll get chances to come back up here for shots. Whether it's because their season probably actually I want to say their season it's gonna be tight in terms of them being but say because they usually get done around OTA minicamp time. So there is potential for that, but worst case they get opportunities for training camp.
Yeah, they'll come to
training camp. Yeah. Because you're playing legit
they just
football.
Played all that football. Yeah, they play 8 weeks football. They'll give them boys a couple weeks.
And it's real football, too. Yeah, not shirts and shorts football. They tackling. Yeah.
Running the hit. There's people getting hit. And they letting people really get hit.
No. Like, you seen it? Like, hey, bro, they really get, they're supposed to get really hit. I'm like, yo, this is like old school ball. Like, I like it, but I'm like, yo, old school hit. Yeah, heck yeah.
It's playoff time with it. St. Louis versus DC. First round.
It's getting hot,
it's nothing like St. Louis football in the UFL.
I know this is squad. I know this is squad. Shout out to St. Louis. Shout out to the homie.
They got the dome. They'll put 60,000 in there. Legit. They'll put 60 in there and they'll get after you.
Well, shoot, I'm always shouting out my dog Travis Feeney, former Pittsburgh Steeler. You know what I'm saying? Getting after rushing the passer down there with St. Louis, man. I like what I'm saying. I like what I'm saying. You already know what I'm saying. Yeah, man. Now, David Decker says he has a mission. Man. Shout out to Will Clark. Will Clark look good.
Out there forever, man.
Heck yeah, man. He said that's his league now, man. Him, Marquette, King, and company. Yeah, that's their league now, bro. That's their league now. David Decker says Michigan Panthers are winning the title in the UFL this year. That's what he's calling for.
Frank Genda, man.
Shout out to Frank.
I've been Shout
out to Frank, man.
Since day one.
Bro, you've been hollering about Frank, man. When
I've been Frank Genda since we started.
Yeah, that was the first name you dropped. Think about that. That was the first name you dropped, bro. Heck yeah, man.
Depoy type. But I like Michigan. They play good football. They'll give it up a little bit. They had a tough one, I think, last week. I think they came from behind, something happened, but they're tough. They play good football. I like I watch the strategy aspect of it a lot. So it's like, I'll watch it. I might leave it at some point, so I don't know who's number one.
Oh, yeah.
I know DC, St. Louis, and I know Michigan's tough.
Yeah.
And
DC St. Louis gonna be a good game though, man. For certain, that'll be a good
St.
one,
Louis
man.
Gonna be a real good game.
DC, I like
DC. I like DC. Jay Mickey still on that team out of Washington.
Talk your talk. Yeah.
They got Tamu was my quarterback in that.
Hold on. You said what? You talking about Jordan, right?
Tamu.
Yeah.
He was my quarterback when I was in the XFL before they brought Taylor Heineke back in. And Taylor Heineke's been back in the league since.
That's
yes,
crazy,
it can work.
Dude.
Yes, it can work.
That's crazy.
Taylor Heineke was our second string quarterback in the XFL. Got a shot.
Think about that, bro.
NFL,
think about that.
For a few
in the postseason, he had a postseason starting. Everybody say,
bro. Like people was putting their hopes and dreams into Taylor Heineke. Like, you know what I mean? So, I'm with you,
bro.
That's why I said it can happen.
It's some dudes,
it can happen. Turbin just got paid by the Cowboys.
Oh yeah.
Come on, if you know, you know,
bro. That's crazy. But shoot, you think about it, like you talk about, man. Cameron Kelly started for us week 1 versus New England Patriots. It was the UFL or no, the USFL at the one point. I think when the league he came out of before they combined the two, they merged them. But yeah, dude, plenty of dudes over there, man, gonna get opportunities.
I just seen Isaiah Bugs.
All right. You know Bugs. Shout out the Bugs, man. And obviously, y'all know. We definitely remember Bugs, man, former draft pick of ours. But then from there went to the Lions, got out of the league after he had the situation, man. He got cleared out. He was actually proven innocent. Shout out to him.
He just went to work.
Yeah, because he absolutely he just got cleared up. So he's been in the UFL, and for sure he's hooping, bro. Absolutely, man.
Well, I'll be watching, bro. You know,
absolutely, bro. When you brought it, I was like, yes. Let me find out my dog. Yeah, because Bugs look good. Because I remember when Bugs is Super Bowl champ. Yeah, what's his Bug? He ended up he hopped on the back end of the Chiefs Super Bowl run. Not this year when they lost the year before though. When they beat the Niners, yeah, he was on that. I'm like, yo,
for sure. This is where the big elbow brace for sure.
Yeah. Shout out to Isaiah Bugs, man. No, I'm liking it though, man. That league is
football,
perfect though
man.
for with the type of dudes we're naming and have currently named. These are the opportunities that are created from the UFL because prior to this, man, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, you don't get this opportunity. You got to go play Canadian ball, which we all would agree is very different than American football, right?
So Canadian got a lot of rules too.
That's what I'm saying. You off the line of scrimmage by a yard. You got the roster rules.
I was about to say it can only be like 5 Americans on the field at a time.
Because we ain't about to let y'all do that. Yeah, they already know.
Taking over.
Y'all not about to take this league over, bro. Y'all know what we trying to do.
In Canada, there's some positions like
you get the running start.
Unless you're just amazing, you're not gonna get it. Like
you can't play offensive line up there. It's all you got to be all Canadian offensive line. Yeah.
Does it do have to be like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Well,
at least I know that was the rule when Lemon came. He was the one who told me that. Yeah, he was like, yo, so I don't know if it's changed since then, but he was like, yo, it has to be all Canadian. He was like, yo, we got to be a yard off to kind of offset it. I'm like,
for sure,
makes sense.
And then it'd be stuff like you're not gonna bring a linebacker in there that's American. You're gonna get Canadian backers. You're gonna bring like American skills.
Yeah. Good call.
So it just started to get real like it get a little funny in there. Like, where are you from?
Yeah.
You know, so
absolutely.
I think this league's dope, you know.
Absolutely, man. Shout out. So like I said, man, shout out to Isaiah Bugs on that, man. But more so though, man, as we're talking about the UFL. Bro, we got some action, man, where they were showing some of their alternative rules. Okay, y'all know we've talked about some of these alternative rules, some of the things that they're proposing, and some of the things that the NFL has already adopted from the UFL. We said that if y'all haven't been paying attention, they're working together. All right, the UFL tries it out. If the NFL likes it, the NFL adopts it. You look at the kickoff rules.
Push ain't over there.
All right, no tush push happening over there because they ain't going for that. And the NFL is eyeing that. But you look at our onside kick, you look at our kickoff setup, you look at our automated first downs that will be appearing for the first time this season.
Penalty review.
The penalty reviews, these are UFL exclusive things that we have taken on it. So yes, for those of you that don't know, they have after point situations because they don't allow kick. You don't get to kick a field goal. No, in terms of point after attempts.
Which is crazy.
But think about this. Some of the biggest arguments surrounding the NFL, specifically since Mahomes has been the poster boy, has been we want quarterbacks to have the ball. We want those guys to see the ball. And when it comes down to nut crunching time and we're down and we got to depend on can you get this field goal or if it's an onside kick, the fans have been trying to remove that. Hence the reason why the 4th and 15 attempt versus a traditional onside kick. Also, when
I'll be honest, I'm with you. I like that. I like that. I like that.
But they go hand in hand. It's not just an isolated thing. It's an overall thought process. So now that spills over to the point after attempt. So in the UFL, the UFL doesn't kick extra points. You get a 1 yard, you get a 1 point attempt from the 2 yard line, a 2 point attempt from the 5 yard line, or their new thing is a 3 point attempt from the 10 yard line. Very different. Like we said in the NFL, we kick from the half yard line, or they'll move it back now. Like I said, for certain situations, if you're trying to do certain things, point after attempt wise. But we don't have or have never had a 3 point conversion attempt following a scoring play. What's your thoughts on the thought of a 3 point conversion? I mean, they brought it up and they said, you could be down by 8 and you can essentially win the game still versus, going for the tie. What's your energy with that, man?
I love it. But I like the 3 point play.
Okay.
I like the 3
Talk to me. Sell it to me, man.
I don't like the 1 point play. I think a kicker should go out there and kick the ball. Like it's like finishing a putt is art. Knock in your putt. You know what I mean? Or make your layup. Like kicker, go finish it. I think it was a big deal a few years ago where they moved the PAT back and people started missing it.
You seen it, right?
It made the value of the kicker still up. That's why you see one get drafted.
You
see guys drafted because it's value to it.
Oh yeah, it isn't no guarantee on point after attempts now. When you're kicking them, it's no guarantee.
No. I think the value of the 3 points comes in with the with the kid. So it's like there's still points. It gives value. So I was like, I like that you can get 8, but I do 9.
Mm-hmm.
But I like that you got to score for us first.
Yeah.
And I'd like for it to be like the 15. I want it to be hard. I want it to be like,
Bro,
man, we
10 yards
don't
on one play
this.
though.
It's tough. It is, but
10 yards on one play is tough.
It really should be from the 15 to me, because I think that 4th and 15 represents the onside kick, so the point should be 15 and in.
Okay.
Go get it. Everything's 15 and in. You got
to me, because I think that like a point after attempt, right? If just in the sense of a 2-point conversion versus an onside kick. Onside kick historically is a lot more challenging to recover than a point after attempt. So I'm not even tripping per se on it being at the 10, because it's technically not supposed to feel like it's impossible, right? Whereas with the onside kick, I like that being a 15-yard conversion. Like, yeah, I kind of like that one because it's just a little bit more of a challenge, right?
Right. For sure.
Now,
I think they're both a challenge. I think they're all a challenge. So,
well, hold on. I got a question with you. Go ahead.
Are the 4th and 15s in the field though?
That's what I was about to ask you. I'm like, yo, where is it at on the field?
Yeah,
are we condensed red zone or is it like open? Because if it's open,
and that's what I'm saying.
That's a whole other ball game, bro.
I think that 15 is tough.
15 in the red zone is tough.
Throw it up. DK, go get this.
Oh, yeah. Open 15. I'm not tripping on 15 yards in open field, bro.
Yeah,
DK, go get me 60 real quick. Yeah. You lose that element in the condensed part of the field, though, is what I'm saying. So even though it's from the 10, it's like, bro, you don't have the vertical. You're not going to just... TG, you can put Cam Hayward in the secondary. You're not running by him in 20 yards, bro. The field's too condensed. Yeah.
But that's even why I'm like, put it at the 15 and let's get to it, man. It should be that difficult.
Man.
It should feel that difficult.
It's like, yo, because I think at 10.
Mahomes will throw a sit down on that 10.
But this the thing, at 10, though, at 10, it's like, man, you're not running. I don't have to worry about the vertical all the way. Now becomes a lateral and a timing game, bro. And if I'm the corner, yo, I'm sitting on every stick route. I'm sitting on the first route is what I'm jumping, bro. I'm jumping it. I'm playing the odds. And if they pump it and my pass rush don't get there, it's on my pass rush, man. It's like, yeah. But
that's why you put it at the 15.
That 15 is that 15 is crazy. But this is 3 points. It's 3 points.
It's 3 points. That's what I'm saying. That's a lot of points in football.
But think about this though, bro. You can shake I do like the fact you still got to score the touchdown first, and it's not an option where you can say, all right, I didn't get the points. I'm just gonna take 3 points on the 4th and 15. Nah, that ain't how it works. You got to score a touchdown for the 3-point play, or you're kicking a field goal attempt, like a 3-yard legit field goal. Yeah, like we can't have those things being the same. But man,
I agree.
I
like it. I like that. I'll put it at the 15. What hash you want it at? In the middle where you want it.
Oh my God.
And we go to work at it like a normal
vicious, play. Bro. That 4th and 15 is vicious. All right,
put on the left hash.
So talk to me then. It's Mahomes out there. You got the Xavier Worthies, the Travis Kelce. All right, Pacheco's in the backfield. All right, what you calling, man? What's your thoughts on 4th and 15? You the Steelers. What you got for me, man?
We running defense to this?
Yeah, what you got? You pressuring it? You chilling? You max cover? What you want, man?
Against like Mahomes?
Yeah.
You got to go get Mahomes. You can't play with him at all.
Play coverage where? Who waiting on who?
Yeah, you can't play with Mahomes.
What you mean? What you gonna trick him?
That's what I'm saying. Mahomes will throw something that's like, I'm gonna hit you right here and like just catch it and put it out there.
Hey, this weird Travis Kelce where they run it's like the post corner comeback.
Hit you right now.
What is that area between the deep third and the hook defender and the flat? Like that isn't a area for this route, but y'all just have created this route right here, man. Yeah. You can't let them boys play around with you back there. Them boys are dangerous. There's some quarterbacks. There's some Mahomes. It's even a Russ will beat you up and you gotta sit back there. If you got time on it,
yeah. You can't play with them boys. Matt Stafford on a 4th and 10.
Good call.
All you need is 10 and you let man.
Good call, man. Good call.
Go get this.
Good call on that, man.
You gotta Gotta go get these people.
I like it. My dog said, "Yo, I like that. I like that. I like that. I'm down for the 3-point attempt." All right, okay.
Aaron Donald got them boys in the Super Bowl now. Man, get me out of here. Go get home.
He said,
"Go listen to the mic'd up." I'll take you even farther. Go listen to the mic'd up version. McVay's like, "Aaron, get home." Like he's screaming,
"Save
Aaron.
us,
not
Save
defense,
us.
not team." He's like, Aaron.
The same way you hear Coach Tomlin, TJ, this is what we pay you for, TJ. This is what we pay you for, TJ. Close the door, TJ. Time to close the door.
Hey, Aaron. Go think
That's
about the
real
Super
life,
Bowl
bro. That's real life.
When my man fumbled, he pulled my man over right before the play. He like, it's time for a moment, bro.
Yeah.
Like all the games and stuff, you need to do something now.
I ain't got time for them.
You
got to show up, bro. Yeah, you got to show up.
Go get me out of here.
Everybody isn't a main character. You, my friend, you're the main character. I'm specifically talking to you right here. All right?
It's time.
Respect on that, man.
Respect. I'm giving TJ a one-on-one. I know it's a one-on-one. Because you got to block these other people.
Hey, all three of y'all are lined up in the A gap or further over there. All right, don't even cross this center today.
No, you gotta deal with that by yourself.
Linebacker, walk over on that side too, just to make sure. All right.
If that think about chipping, go at on, man. Just think about chipping.
For sure. My $40 million pass rush is gonna get this one-on-one in the most important play in this game. All right, we're gonna find out today. We're gonna find out today.
We're gonna find out. Yeah, for sure.
I like it, man. I like it. Well, my dog, man. I like your energy on it, man. I like your energy. I like your energy with it, man. I like your energy.
You'll figure it out, though.
Yeah.
You'll figure it out.
No, respect.
It's not going to be a long.
Oh, no.
Like, you ain't about to be sitting back there thinking too long.
It's going to happen now.
Figure it out right now.
We're going to happen now. We're going to
bring the fight to you.
Yeah, we're going to find out right now. Hey,
right now.
Hey, look. You sound like my philosophy on Hail Mary plays. Boy, don't sit back there and just let that man pat that ball for 20 seconds and throw this thing. Boy, you better go get this, man. Go get him now. Don't wait on it. Go get him, please. Yeah. Come on, man. Come on. Chop. Yep. Oh, yeah, I got to get him. You better touch him. Yeah. You know what time it is. Shit. My dog, man. Well, shoot, man. As always, an absolute vibe. You know, we're going to have to spin the block, do this again. But yeah, man. Everything good with you, man? Anything else before you get up out of here?
Man, everything. The only thing I will say is, because I wasn't sure about the call, but I think it was a hold, man. I looked at that.
Oh, that play. The overplay. When they changed it.
I think the hold was such a bad hold that they had to call.
Okay. Like, all right. Shout out to my dog. My dog's for the block on the UFL play. He said, yo, they took the points off the board, but that was a legit hold from his eyes. All right. I like it, man. I like it. Now, TG, are you saying that's a legit hold? If that was Vic and it was on offense for Norfolk State and y'all just hit Delaware State off to win it?
Yeah, you
gotta see it. Was it legit there too? I'm just asking.
You gotta see it.
I'm just asking. Number 7 at QB, he dropped that dot. He dropped that dot. All right, walk off thing, and we like, hey, bro, hey. This one right here. I just don't know.
Just depends who's ass. Because if it's the other way around, we're going irate.
Oh, I'm losing my mind. Yo, what you mean you ain't throw the flag? What a referee. Follow the referee to the locker room. Follow the ref. Let him know we feel some type of way about this one, man. Yep.
Hey, last little nugget, because I had this talk yesterday, a football nugget. And I was talking to one of my coaches. Mm-hmm. And tell me what you would have done.
All right.
Because we was watching the tuck rule.
Okay.
And now I'm a little bit older. If they called a tuck rule with a minute to go, and you're on the sideline,
I'm losing it.
You just got the sack.
I'm losing it, bro. Even when the tuck, it's for the bowl, bro.
To go to the Super Bowl.
It's for the bowl, bro.
I was talking yesterday. I was like, I don't know how I would have handled that.
Yeah, like, they're professionals for a reason.
Yeah,
I'm losing it, bro. I know I'm losing it, bro. And it takes too much work to get a sack. It takes too much work for any of that, bro. So to actually have that and to be the walk off the game winner, and then you flip it because of what? And then we turn around and lose. And Hey, bro. And now, granted, in that moment, we didn't know what the history was going to turn into.
But what you don't,
but
what
they
you
didn't
don't
see what
see
the
is
history
next
turned
play is a
into.
field goal.
That's what I'm
The
saying,
next play
bro.
is a field
Like,
goal.
it
So
wasn't
it's not
this.
like it was.
You never got a chance to make it right.
Down.
Yeah.
It was. This is it. We've done
Yeah,
it.
bro. Yeah.
The blitz that we drew up all weekend got home.
It got home. And this, I guess I would have lost it, bro. But that's why I said they're way more mature, man. Shout out to them being professional, bro. I'm over here pouting. Y'all thought AB was bad when he took his clothes off. I sat in the middle of the field, Indian style. I'm not moving. You ain't kicking this field. You're not kicking this ball. All right, you're not kicking it. It's over. You're just gonna stop the game then. We ain't playing. The game ain't over. Y'all cheated. You know the drill. I'm unplugging the game. I'm taking my controllers. Yeah, you ain't playing it, bro. Shit.
Nobody.
I bet it won't get to 0. How about that? Yeah, I bet this clock will get to 0 today. Yeah, that's it. You already know, bro.
No, I felt it.
My dog, man. But shout out, man. Like I said, we'll do this again like we always do. Appreciate you, man.
My dog.
Hi, peace. Shout out. Terence Garvin, a.k.a. TG, defense coordinator at Norfolk State University. If y'all were enjoying the homie being on the show, hit the like button one time for the culture. And don't forget to subscribe either if you are new to the channel. Alrighty. Let's get ready to get up out of here as well. I just looked and I gotta go get my dad. I gotta get my dad on though. You know what I'm saying? Do my dad energy. So I'm gonna pick up little man from school. All right. So shout out to that. But I do want to shout out Eric Hargrove, man, for bringing this up, man, because this did get announced over the weekend. Santonio Holmes, man, is the wide receiver coach at Central State University, man. Shout out to Santonio Holmes, man. Tone time, man. Being the wide receivers coach, man. Always good to see guys giving back, with their time, man, getting involved with the game and ultimately helping to grow it, man. So like I said, man, super happy to see that from the homie Santonio Holmes. And then last one we had, man, is from Justin Gordon. He says, if the AARP thing works and we in the Super Bowl, do we see a big walk-off in terms of Aaron Rodgers, Coach Tom retires, and Mr. Rooney passes the franchise off to his son? Yo, that would be absolutely nuts, man. It would be a crazy, crazy situation. But if we win the Super Bowl and that's how it all ends, I ain't tripping, baby. I think we would all be completely happy with the way that thing ended out, man. So shout out to y'all on that. But like I said, with that being the case, that will conclude today's show. If y'all enjoyed it, don't forget to hit that like button one time for the culture and subscribe. And until next time, baby, peace.